Hey guys, Dan Howman back with another Watch Our Realms video. I was messing around with the Immortal Codex boss last night, so I wanted to make another video now with the Sadie. I showed kind of the attack speed strat yesterday, so I want to show the Sadie strat that I got working yesterday. I actually got it to work with Hollow, which I didn't know was going to be possible. It does require a ridiculous amount of rage regen. I'll show you this team that's able to break it. I think I'm going to try maybe Araka and Silas and some piercers instead of this team also, but I just want to show you kind of the amount of stats you need to get Sadie working with Hollow, being able to do it for every single boss. So here's the team. I'll go over the gear at the end, and I'll kind of just show you how I set up this team, how it works, all of that good stuff. Let's go. So go ahead and skip this. All right, what we're going to do is we're going to put Calypso down first. Then we're going to put Sadie. Then we're going to put my man Demos right here. We're going to put Torador down. We're going to put Salazar down, and then I'm going to put Hollow down right here. And that's what we get. Salazar did not get the buff, but that's okay. The problem is I'm using Salazar with a different artifact now. Usually I use the bleed artifact, but he's not able to get debuffs during the fight. You can only get debuffs right now, unfortunately. We're just going to pop some ults here. Get this shield down. We will save the ults on Sadie and Hollow for the next phase, but I have enough rage regen to use these ultimates basically every single time. I will show you that. I'll show you how to time it, all that good stuff. I was barely able to get it, so we'll show you that. Alright, there we go. We're getting into the boss phase now. We'll go over the gear. You need a ridiculous amount of rage regen, I'm not going to lie. Most people have been using Eloin. I don't have Eloin, so this is what I'm using. Okay, I'm just gonna pop this right now. We're just gonna kind of use the ults on cooldown besides these two ults. These ones have a special kind of order you need to do it. I'll show you how you're gonna do it. Basically what you're gonna do is you're gonna wait for the shield to get kind of low, which would be in another couple seconds. I don't need to use these guys right now. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna use that. I'm actually just going to use the Hollow ult right now. We're just going to save the Sadie ult. We don't need it until we're not able to break the shield. If you can hit a lot on the shield, it also makes the damage less. So you can see right here, periodically activates the Soul Keeper shield. And the more you hit it, the lower the number is before it explodes, the less damage it deals. We'll just use the ult. As I said, we'll just use those on cooldown. You can see this is basically the cooldown to this next boss. Dealing massive damage to all enemies. If the shield is shattered, weaken state. Okay, so we know how that works. Alright, so here we go. What we're going to do is we're going to wait for the shield to get close to the bottom, and then we're going to use Sadie right before it goes off. So how we do it is right about here. You just want to kind of use it before. So what happens is you want to use it right before this bar goes away. Then he does have an animation that takes some time to use. So I'll show you how that works. We're going to use it right there. See, we went into the weakened state anyways, but I wanted to start the cooldown for Sadie just to kind of show you that I can consistently keep that up, no problem. So what we do now is we're going to go ahead and after all the ultimates are used, we're going to use the Hollow ult. I don't have Eloin, so I can't test this with Eloin. I know all the really strong teams are using Eloin. I just don't own Eloin, so I tried to get this working with Hollow. The good thing about Hollow is she actually has rage regen on her ultimate even without healing. So normally you have to heal to get rage regen to work. You have to heal or attack or get hit. So it's kind of nice because Hollow can actually rage regen the entire team without actually healing, which is nice. I don't know that there's... I think Eloin might have that. I don't know much about Eloin. Again, I don't have her. But I think Hollow might be the only person that can do that. I'm not sure on that. I'd have to check. Okay, so now we're going to hold both these ults, and we're going to wait again until this bar gets really low. What you can do is you can click on her when she starts to get when the boss, like right about here, you can see as the bar gets lower and lower and lower, right about here is where I start using it. Because you want it to go off right before he does that ultimate. You can see that because Sadie doesn't have a long time on her ultimate, right? So you don't have a lot of time to time it. You really want to use it when the bar gets very small at the very end. And then he takes her a second to use her ultimate, and then he does the big slash. And you want her active for that. And then right after Sadie uses her ultimate, then you use Hollow to start rage regenning Sadie back up. And also rage regen their whole team, of course. Get more ultimates for everyone. So now I'm just trying to get how much rage regen and stuff for these two. Now I'm going to mess around with my other 3 DPS. I think I'm going to try a Piercer team instead of the Nightmare team and see how that works. Okay, we're going to do the same exact thing this time. You can see we're getting kind of close here, but we should have enough. Yep, and we do. Barely. What you can do is now if you're getting close, you could use the Hollow ultimate. And then you could wait right here and use this right away. So sometimes you have to use Hollow right before you use Sadie, okay? Now we're going to use it. She got her ultimate off barely before, if you see there. So we're kind of at the bare minimum for rage regen, but it's really hard to get this working with Sadie. Sadie and Hollow, I should say. It's a little bit easier with Elowen. I think Elowen's a little bit better at actually regenning rage. I was able to get like an A or A+ last night with this team. So I just need to swap out the DPS now and try some different DPS to get a little bit more damage. But I wanted to get my supports going and test to see if I could even make this work with Hollow, because I wasn't sure. I hadn't seen anyone do this with Hollow yet. So my Sadie and my Hollow have a lot of rage regen. Alright, so now what I'm going to do is I'm going to use the Hollow right away. It gets to a point where Hollow starts going faster than Sadie, so you want to use her right away to get Sadie's ultimate going before this bar gets low again, right? So here you can see we're going to do it right about here. We'll use it right before that goes active. He'll use his big AoE, then we'll use the ult from everyone else. My Hollow is going to continue to use her ultimate basically on cooldown. We're going to use these 2 ultimates, get some more damage out here. You can see again, Hollow is beating Sadie, so we're still going to use our Hollow ult because Sadie's only at 50% rage cap and the shield's about to go up, so we need to get her going so that we can use her ultimate again. So we're going to use Hollow's ult again. Here you go. I'm not going to use Salazar's ult into the shield because that damage I don't think counts. But here we go. See, we're able to get Sadie down here. Again, we're going to wait until we get a little bit close here. If you want to slow down the game, just click a person, but don't click the ultimate yet. So I click Sadie. Now I'm hanging out. Now we're going to use it right about now. Goes off right before. Boom, there's the attack. Now we use the rest of our ultimates, and we got 50 seconds left on the boss here to get some damage. Here's the B+, which was my best score from yesterday without using this team, but now we're able to get to A now that we're using Sadie. Again, I'm going to use Hollow right away. We should have one more shield to go through, so we're going to use that Hollow ultimate. I'm going to use this just to get more damage on the boss. We're going to continue to use our ultimates here. I'm going to use this one as well. We got the Soul Keeper shield going up. My Sadie's only at 70%, but I got Hollow doing the rage regen right now. So we should be able to get up to 100%. And there you go. No problem. So you can see the rage regen definitely works. We're going to use it right about here. Right there. And then we're going to try to get one of these Salazar ults out right before. There we go. 6 seconds left. A little bit of damage there. We can get a little bit of rage regen. A couple more hits here. Again, click your heroes and it'll slow down the game for you for a couple seconds. And there you go. So now I'm just going to mess with my 3 DPS and see if I can get a better combination of DPS. I'm going to try Araka and Silas and Calypso and see how that works. But there you go. So there is how you do it with Sadie and Hollow instead of Eloin. So I haven't seen anyone use this team before. So this is kind of my own little invention here. I saw a lot of people using Eloin, so obviously I got the idea from that, but I don't have an Eloin, so this is how you get it to work this way. Now let me go over the gear on these heroes, because the gear on these healers is going to be kind of insane for rage regen, I'm not going to lie. And another problem is you kind of need Sadie skilled up. So you kind of at least need this 100 cost here. You don't really need any of these other ones. Does this do anything? Not really. So you do want just this skilled up. That's all you need. But as terms of rage regen gear, you need quite high rage regen. So I have almost 100% rage regen on her. So what I did is I got... I actually didn't even use a rage regen main stat. What I did is I just did rage regen substat, rage regen substat, rage regen substat. You can actually get rage regen on your weapon and chest piece. Look at this ridiculous piece. You can actually get rage regen on your chest and your weapon if they're ancient. If they're not ancient, you can't. Just like you can't get attack speed on chest, you can get anything on ancients. You can get basically any stat, I believe, on any piece. Okay, so that is my Sadie. I tried Leia, she did not work. I tried Leia with a ridiculous amount of rage regen. You can see all the rage regen, 120%, and it did not work with Leia. Actually, Hollow is better because Hollow can restore rage while not healing. Leia has to heal or use her ultimate to restore rage, and it's only 10%. So Hollow actually ended up being better. So my Hollow has 104 rage regen. I have a rage regen main stat. I have an attack speed. Attack speed is good for rage regen because it gives more healing, which gives more rage regen. And it also nerfs your healing a little bit. If the heroes are full, you can't heal, you can't restore rage. So a lot of attack speed, more rage regen, and then I have no rage regen on these because these are not ancient pieces. So that's kind of what I did for those two. In terms of my DPS, I'll just show you their gear real quick. So we got a defender. So what we did for this team is I have my Calypso in really high attack speed again, 600 attack speed. I have her in a crit, attack speed, attack, and then I have some more attack speed and attack over here. So nice little chunk of attack, nothing crazy, 14k. You know, an attack interval of 0.9, which is what I'm using her for. I want a lot of hits from her. And then I am also using Spirit Siphon. I'm using Salazar. I changed this over to the Wailing Skull instead of the Bleed artifact because you can't land bleeds on the boss. And he's in not a super high attack speed, but kind of just like a damage build here. So crit damage, attack. And then we also have, who else is in this team? We got Torador with really high attack speed, again, 700 attack speed. I'm just trying to get a little bit more damage out of him, so I moved him over to this set instead of the Invig set because I don't need the buff. Kind of low on crit rate, but we just got kind of a chunk of attack with decent crit damage and a decent little attack interval. We got 1.3 second attack interval. And then who else was in this team? Demos, my boy Demos. So Demos has 100% crit, a decent chunk of attack speed. He's in an Infernal Roar set, crit damage, attack speed, attack. He's in this artifact that gives extra hits, so that's kind of nice. I forgot to go over the artifacts real quick of my Sadie. Oops. So my Sadie has this artifact which gives some shields. AoE healers don't have good artifacts until that new rage regen artifact comes into the game. That's coming soon. I made another video on that. Hollow is using the euphoric orb to give attack speed, which is going to help with damage and some healing. So that's going to be pretty much it. I'm going to mess around with some other teams, some other DPS, but I just wanted to show that you can get this to work with Hollow. I haven't seen another person use Hollow before. If I go to the rankings, you can see a lot of people are using Eloin. I don't have Eloin, so I got this to work with Hollow. Hey, there's someone using Hollow. Okay, so I guess there is one other person using it. Nice team, nice team. So I'm gonna mess around with my DPS, seeing if I can get this work. Let's see how much rage regen he ended up. He uses, I think, low stars on Hollow to make sure that she doesn't heal very well, so that she can get really high. Yeah, look at her attack speed, 530. Rage regen, 133, nice. So a lot of rage regen, that's cool. You can see he's got rage regen on the chest and nothing there. So, okay. Yeah, so I do see one other person using Hollow. No one else really. So yeah, we'll try out some other teams. I guess there's a couple Hollow teams. I didn't see any Hollow teams yesterday when I made this team, but now I do see some Hollow teams. So, okay, that's it for the video, guys. Hope you enjoyed it. If you did, hit that like and that subscribe button. Have a great day, everyone. See you guys.